Ouch! What happened? Christy got gobsmacked, gut punched, deer in the headlights, sideswiped. When your language fails, you fail. Words cost. In this case, they cost Christy time and money for working on projects that she shouldn't have been working on. We've all been there, right? Happens all the time. Something that you said didn't get translated in someone else's head. Yes? You've had that deer in the headlights look? Is this the English-speaking crowd? It is. Okay. All right. Work with me here. So you've all had those moments. It happens a lot, especially in big departments, big companies that have a lot of departments like Christie's company. Language becomes a barrier. I remember when I was in corporate, I was a lot more British back then. A lot more stuffy. So I'd go into someone's office, I'd say, "Excuse me, do you have some sellotape?" I said, "Sellotape? What the hell is that?" "Oh, sorry, Scotch tape." So team, let me ask you 2 questions. Do you think that Beth over here, the other end of the conference table, do you think she could have perhaps handled that a little differently? Yes? What about Christy? Perhaps she could have done some more homework? Yes? Silos, barriers of communication. 1, 2, 3. Very simple formula. Basically, that means stop and think about the language you're using and how you communicate, and then proceed in different ways. Leverage on language. A friend of mine, he's a doctor, Dr. Proctor. Yes, he's a proctologist. He's known to get a little behind with his work. Oh, sorry. I had to go there. He's no longer a proctologist. He's now a top executive for a well-known healthcare company. And he's a top exec. He said, "Peter, I tried out your formula because my teams were not getting projects done fast enough. So I paused, I pondered on this, and I realized that what they were doing was taking too much time waiting for responses from emails and from texts." I said, "Look, we're going to proceed in a different way here because we're all working on 2 or 3 floors. If you're within 10 minutes of each other, walk, then talk. Better results." Pause, ponder, proceed. So team, I'm going to invite us now to work with me here and pick one of these words. Ponder preferred. Thank you. I'll take the lead here. Take the lead here. Thank you for picking ponder. Good choice. All right, which leads me to now, we're going to dissect language a little more and look at 3 different elements of language. Inherited language. It's exactly what it means. We all inherit language from parenting, education, school, society, culture. We also inherit it from business, career. The thing to ponder on and pause on and ponder on is how aligned is the language that we're using, especially if it's corporate terminology, acronyms and so forth, jargon. How aligned is that with who you really are? Is it authentically you? Sheila was talking to me recently. She said, "You know, I'm downsized executive. I'm an entrepreneur now. I've got my own interior design business, and I can get into these fancy homes, yet I'm not closing on the business." I said, "Sheila, what are you saying? What's the language you're using?" "Well, talking about budgets, and once that's approved, we can move forward with timeline and scope." I said, "Stop. We're using boardroom language in the living room." She changed her language, started to become more relational. For example, let's talk about what you want to create together. Let's talk about physical language. When I stand like this, what's the signal I'm sending?
No.
Closed. Yeah, maybe even too British. Who knows? Don't talk to me right now. Physical language is all about the signals we send. And sometimes they send invisible barriers, which we don't realize. When I first came over to Atlanta, fresh off the boat, far more stuffy and British than I am today. And my colleagues started calling me Stuffy. That was my nickname. Really. Hard to believe. I said, I know. I said, me, Stuffy, how dare you? I said, well, you're British, you've got this Oxford accent, you're all stiff and everything, relax. So I paused, I pondered, and I proceeded to blend in and embrace the southern ways. Become more, yes, horrifying, isn't it? But I did it. I saw the look on your face. I'm back in England a few months later, and I'm in this Oxford area, strangely enough, where I was kind of raised, and I'm walking down the sidewalk, really a pavement over there, but and I see this very elderly gentleman, military probably, and he's walking down this pavement, very narrow. So I had to cross paths with him, right? So I'm the open guy now. So I looked up at him and said, "Hello," and he's like horrified. So, do I know you? True story. So now he's the stuffy one, right? I'm the open guy, the Englishman, welcoming. Body language. So be careful. It sends barriers, miscommunication, communication barriers. Let's talk about intentional language. Good leaders are good communicators, and they intentionally find ways to match mindset. Question for you. 2 questions, team. Beth at the other end of the conference table here. Do you think her mindset is one of action-orientated, decisive, pragmatic, practical? Yes? Still the English-speaking Grant? Yeah, okay. Christy over here, on the other hand, she's in marketing, right? More emotional. She's feeling, wants to know how the people that are going to look at her products feel. Are they on the same page? Aligned? No. Not really. But a good leader will intentionally get those people on the same page. So imagine if Christy and Beth had been aware of these tools that I've shared with you today, would have been a more positive outcome.